You have done this many times. Type an address in the browser, press enter, and a fifth of a second later, the page is just there. But in those 200 milliseconds, your request travels hundreds of kilometers, gets translated by a global phone book, negotiates with a building full of computers, and comes back carrying everything you see in the browser. Today, let's slow those 200 milliseconds. This is episode 1 of System Design from Zero, where you learn how Internet's biggest system work, starting from nothing. Your computer has absolutely no idea what Google.com means. Computers don't find each other by names. They find each other by numbers, called IP addresses. An IP address is like a street address for a computer. Google's might look something like this. So before anything else can happen, your computer has to translate the name you typed into a number it can actually use. And for that, the internet has a phone book. It's called DNS, the domain name system. Your computer asks the phone book, hey, what's the number for google.com? And the phone book answers 142.250.72.14. One details worth knowing here is that your computer keeps a copy of recent answer, so it doesn't ask the phone book every single time. Remembering an answer instead of asking again, that trick is called caching, and it is everywhere in this series. This is just the first place you are seeing it. Okay, now let's go back. Now the computer has the number. Time to actually make the call. Your computer now sends a message to this address. The message is short and it's surprisingly polite. It essentially says, get me the Google homepage, please. This message is called a request. And here's where it gets interesting. That request doesn't teleport. It physically travels through your Wi-Fi, down your street's cable, through your internet provider, possibly through a cable lying on bottom of this ocean. And hop by hop, each router along the way reads the address and passes it closer, like a very fast postal system. And the destination? A building full of computers whose only job is to sit there, powered on day and night, waiting for a message like this one. A computer that waits for a request and answers them has a special name. It's called server because it serves. Your laptop in this conversation is called client. Client asks, server answers. That one sentence is the backbone of the internet, and honestly of this entire series too. So what does the server actually do with this request? For a simple site, not much. It finds the page and sends it back. But for something like Google, your one little request sets off a chain reaction inside. Is this person logged in? What language do they speak? What should the page contain for them? The server might check its records, ask other computers for help, and assemble your page component by component, all in a few milliseconds. We'll spend entire future episodes inside that building. For today, just hold on to this. Request goes in, work happens, response comes out. And the answer The server sends back, that's called response. For a web page, the response is mostly an instruction, a text file describing what the page should contain. Your browser's job is to take those instructions and show the page accordingly. Let's you play the whole thing. You press enter, your computer checks its sticky note or asks the DNS phone book and gets Google's number. The request races across the network. The server reads it, does its work, and fires back a response. Your browser turns the instruction into pixels, total time about a fifth of a second. Every link you click, every app you open, every message you send, this exact loop billions of times a day happens. Now, I told you a slightly too pretty version of this story. I showed you one gun and one server, but you are not the only visitor Google has. Shocking, I know. Google has billions of visitors, and here's the question that launches everything that comes next in this series. What happens when it's not just you asking that server, but 100,000 people are at the same time, same second? That poor machine is about to have a very bad day, and solving this problem, one server versus the entire world, is what system design actually is. Next episode, what server actually is, and I mean physically what the machine is, including how to run one on your own laptop in about 30 seconds. This series builds one idea at a time, so if you are starting from zero, you are exactly the audience. Subscribe so you can find the second episode. See you there.